Hi guys, so it is, it's Friday, is it the 27th? 22nd? I better check the date. What date is it? Anyway, it's today. Whenever I post this, it's what day it is. And I wanted to talk about my UK Coast Path journey to let people know, because people have been asking, when am I setting off? I am setting off on Thursday to go up to Sheffield, and then on Friday I'll be going to Scarborough and then up to Whitby, and I will walk from Whitby up towards Scotland. And when I get to the north of Scotland, I think at that point I will go over and do the West Scottish Isles, or stay in a bothy for a while until the bad winter sort of hits, gets over. Anyway, we'll sort of cross that bridge when we get to it. But I plan to definitely be going from Whitby, and definitely be leaving from the Glasgow area to walk the West Islands of Scotland by the 1st of April next year. But I've been advised by another coast walker, Chris Walks the UK, to not do the brutal north of Scotland in the winter because it's not good. So anyway, I am enjoying my pink blankie and my last few days of Dorset. I came to Dorset a few months ago, got off the coast path in Whitby due to a family loss, and I was feeling really, really, thinking about life and death, and why was I in a tent by myself when I had, someone I loved and 3 children and 8 grandchildren, and I didn't want to be in a tent on my own. And when I came home and went to a family funeral, and then when I came home and saw my ex-partner, my home where I lived and where my tortoise used to live, and all my family and friends, I knew at that point I wasn't ready to go back into a tent by myself and go up north. So I was invited to spend the last few months in a wonderful place in Dorset, where I've sort of been walking the Dorset coast when I can and helping this wonderful family at Moynes Court. They've got 500 acres, they've got a yurt and a bender, and they've got 2 children, 2 little boys, Ocean and Solar, and the grandma's got dementia, so I've helped with her a little bit. And it's been a really safe place, a healthy, happy place to be. And I've had a lot of my, a group of girls that I've met since I've been on my coast journey. We've come together a few times to spend quality time. And we gave a friend of ours who's having a baby, we gave her a baby shower recently, and it was just wonderful. And we've been collecting sea glass and walking around, all the places in Dorset that I know that my ex and I used to walk around together, that I know really well. And obviously Portland, where I was locked down January, February, March of 2021. Yeah, 2021, during lockdown. But anyway, so I will be carrying on with my journey from Whitby Friday, and Friday a week from today, whatever date is on this video. And it's going to be a bit bittersweet because the further north I go, the further I'm going away from somebody I love and people I love and places I'm familiar with, because I don't know anything about up north, Whitby and up towards Scotland. Never been. I've been to Glasgow before on the west coast, and I've walked the West Highland Way with my ex-partner, and yeah, so it's all going to be new, and it's all going to be challenging and different, and yeah, so I'm really excited to get back on the coast path, but it's a bit bittersweet I've got my pink blankie here that's quite comforting. I've spent time with people I love recently and just completed the Cotswold Way. And I really, really loved doing the Cotswold Way. And I spent time with somebody that I love very much. And I'm a bit ashamed that we had a sort of a bad moment when we finished the Cotswold Way, and I'm leaving somebody I love behind. Yeah. But this walk on the coast has taught me so much. It's taught me to be strong, and the coast just really, really inspires me to just keep going, and all my, you know, to heal from any pains of the past and hurts of the past. And I just want to say sorry to somebody that I hurt recently, because nobody in life wants to hurt. Well, I can't talk for anybody else, but I know for me that I don't want to hurt anybody else. I have empathy for other people, and the reason I'm doing this walk is I want to show not only myself that I can do this and to be strong and to sort of walk away from pain and hurt and sort of heal, but also to show other women, or men that have become weak through their lives, or they're in situations where they just need to get outdoors and they need to be in the fresh air and heal. Sleeping in my tent at 55 years old, at the moment, it's what I have. It's my life. I've got a 23-kilo backpack that basically has my life in it. I have my tent, and I don't have a home, and I've left my ex-partner, who I love very much, and I wasn't really nice to him when I left. And sometimes in life, guys, you've just got to stop and think before you say things or before you do things, because you don't know if that's the last time you're going to see that person. You don't know if that's going to be the last breath that you take in your life. And this journey's taught me about human kindness and stuff like that, and not losing my temper, and not being heartless or cold, and it's taught me to love being outdoors, and the sand and the sea, and just living in a tent and walking and never knowing what's going to be around a corner, what kind of people you're going to meet. I interview people that are doing wonderful things in these seaside communities, and human kindness has just been absolutely unbelievable. But I'm just a bit ashamed of how I acted recently, and I need to get back on that path to put that shame behind me, and to know that that's not who I am. That who I am is this strong woman that wants to walk the coast and just find peace and happiness, and just to live in my tent and put any hurt, any guilt, anything like that behind me, because you've got to wake up every day and live your life, and feel good and feel positive, and show yourself what it is you can do. I didn't even know about wild camping and walking these long trails until I met my ex-partner. We did the West Highland Way, we did the South Downs Way, we did loads of the Southwest Coast Path. We've been up to Ireland, to Wales, some of the, Rosilly Bay and all down there. And oh my gosh, we slept in the Undercliff, we slept in hammocks, we've slept in boats and yurts and pig arcs and everything. We've slept in so many different places. Oh, castles, we've slept in castles. And it was so exciting to just, we slept in bivy bags, and we slept in hammocks. And, who can say that they've done that for like 7 years with somebody, doing all these like wonderful things. And I had so much fun planning the trips, because I never knew where we were going to, we didn't know what we're going to do this time. Let's go to Ireland, or let's go to Wales, or, oh, what dates are you free? What dates are you not working? Let's plan this wonderful, trip, and hang like sloths from a hammock, or wake up on a cliff top somewhere and fry an egg, and the egg flies off onto the only puddle that's on the cliff top. Oh my goodness, and spend the night in a pig ark and be like not attacked, but be like woken up in the morning by some hungry goats and you're trying to make porridge and the goats are trying to eat it. Or walking the West Highland Way and waking up and there's a swing on a beach where you can just swing and make funny videos while you're filtering water, and then go to a castle where you're spooked out because somebody told you that there's a ghost in the castle, or spend the night in a boat, and the only night that you've spent a couple of nights in a boat, the fisherman said, was like the first, I mean, sorry, the worst, storm that they'd had in that area, and the boat was like going around in a washing machine. It was making you so dizzy. So many memories of fun times, and all the memories that I've had myself, you know, of not knowing where. I never thought I'd be in a situation where I'd be like, when do I gonna put my tent tonight, or where can we put up our hammocks, or driving down the road or something. You think, well, that looks like a good place to put up a hammock, or that looks like a good place to put up a tent. It's just this absolutely wonderful, wonderful times of just living life and being adventurous and everything, and that's why I wanted to do this coast walk. I had found myself, got made redundant from my job, and I wasn't very well, and had been, my bulimia had come back, and my ex-partner and I had split up after 7 years, and I found myself with no home and no job, and I couldn't go to America to see my grandchildren because of COVID, and I'd lost the love of my life, and so what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm just going to buy a big Agnes tent, and I'm going to put a big old backpack on my back, and I'm going to go walking. And I walked, and I walked, and I broke my ankle. And after it was healed a week later, well, a week after the cast came off, because I had the cast on 6 weeks, I walked. And then we had lockdown, and then we had another lockdown. It was like, oh my gosh. And then I've had the last few months in Dorset, but I really, really want to complete this journey. I have to. So if somebody tells you you can't do something, guys, you can do it. My heart's broken. I don't want to leave people I love behind down south, down here. And I don't want to go far, far away from familiar places. But then I want to, because my journey's not over. And there's so much more to see, and there's so many more people to meet. There's so many more coves and beaches and exciting islands in Scotland and bothies and there's just so much to see. Have I ever really been a normal person? What's normal? I would say no, really. I just always wanted to do something. I've always known there was something I was supposed to do with my life. And I write poetry, and my poetry just comes out of me. I can just be laying here, and I can see something or hear a word, and it just hear some words, and it makes me, put a poem together. Anyway, so guys, Tracy and Aggie, my big Agnes Copper Spur expedition tent, will be carrying on with our journey, and I promise that I will be posting videos, and I will be strong, and I will be courageous, and I will get on with my journey, and I will plod along the coast. Will my heart be left down here in Wiltshire? Yeah, of course it will, and Dorset. It will be. Most of my heart will be left here, but whatever's left of my heart, I will use that strength and that ability to get back on that coast path and plod on and get this journey finished. Anyway, I'm just rambling, so I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm going to cuddle up to my pink blanket that I can't take with me on my trip, and I can't take my little hobbits with me. When I go to Trowbridge and I sleep in the Hobbit home, I cuddle up with our little boy and girl hobbits, and it's quite comforting. They're like knitted, beautiful little like hobbit rag dolls, and I love them. And I stare at the fish in the goldfish pond. But that's not my home anymore, but it used to be. But my home is now my tent on the coast and my backpack on my back. And that's my home. And that's what I've got. and I am going to go out there and walk this coastline. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sleep, and I just wanted to do sort of a heart-to-heart little video with you. So good night. Bye. See you at Whitby. Bye-bye.